Good morning. Our warm-up this morning will be revising the work that we did last week on area and perimeter. So if you remember, to find the perimeter of a shape, you need to imagine you've walked round the edge of it. So if my shape here had dimensions of 7 metres and 10 metres, the perimeter would be 10 add 7 add 10 add 7, which equals 34 metres. It's purely a distance, so it's measured in a linear measurement such as centimetres, metres, kilometres, etc. Now the area of the shape is the space taken up inside the perimeter. And to calculate the area, you need to multiply the length by the width, which is 10 times 7, so the area is 70, and it's metres times metres, which is metres squared. Now stop the video and have a go at finding both the area and the perimeter of these shapes. And remember, the shape in the middle is a square, so you only need to know the length of one of the sides. How did you get on? Well, the first rectangle has a perimeter of 38 centimetres and an area of 84 centimetres squared. Just check you've got the correct units. Perimeter of the square is 48 centimetres and the area is 144 centimetres squared. This rectangle, the perimeter was 522 metres and the area 2024 metres squared. And this was a very tricky one at the bottom. The perimeter was 30.96 metres and the area 3.995 metres squared. Now, you know how to find the area of squares and rectangles. How would you find the area of this compound shape here? Have a little think about that. Well, what you would need to do is split the shape into 2 rectangles. You know how to find the area of a rectangle. So by splitting the shape, you can then work on this area and this area here. You could choose to split the shape there. It really doesn't matter as long as you split it into 2 rectangles. When you've done that, you need to then calculate the area of any rectangles that you have the measurements of. So we can see that this rectangle here measures 6 centimetres by 2 centimetres. 6 times 2 is 12, so therefore the area of this part is 12 centimetres squared. But we need to find the area of this rectangle as well. Now I know it's 9 centimetres long, but I don't know the measurement there. So your next step is to write in the lengths of any missing edges. So how are we going to work out this missing length? Well, I know that the whole of the bottom edge of this shape is 10 centimetres. And I know that up to the blue line, it's 6 centimetres. So if that's 6, that must be 4 there, because 6 add 4 is 10. And we know that the opposite, the parallel sides of a rectangle are equal in length. So if this part is 4, that part must be 4 as well. So you need to write that in, so that you can now see you've got the width and the length of that rectangle, which will enable you to calculate the area. So in this case, we've got 9 times 4, which is 36 centimetres squared. Now what you need to do is to combine the area of this rectangle with the area of this rectangle. So I've got 9 times 4 is 36 centimetres squared, 6 times 2 is 12 centimetres squared, 36 add 12 is 48 centimetres squared. So the total area of this compound shape is 48 centimetres squared, and we've worked it out by splitting it into 2 rectangles because we know how to find the area of rectangles. What I'd like you to do is have a go at finding the area of these compound shapes. I've suggested where you might split the first 2. This one's a little bit tricky because it has an area missing in the middle, and this one you'll need to use the total height of the T-shape. Stop the video while you have a go at solving these. If you're finding it a little bit tricky, replay the video where I explained the 5 steps to finding the area of a compound shape. I'm just going to explain quickly how you would find the area of these compound shapes, and you can check your work as I go along. So this shape was divided here, so we split it into 2 rectangles. I can see straight away that I know the dimensions of this, which is in fact a square. This is 4 times 4, which equals 16 centimetres squared. I know that edge is 5, this edge is 8, so this would be 5 times 8, which equals 40 centimetres squared. And then down here I need to add 40 and 16 to find the total area, which is 56 centimetres squared. You might find that you're given a measurement that you don't need. We didn't actually need to know that that length was 9 centimetres. So it's not necessarily that you will use all of the measurements. Let's have a look at this one, which was divided here. Okay, so let me have a look. Do I know the area of any of those rectangles? I do. I know that this one here is 5 centimetres along this edge and 7 centimetres along that edge. So straight away I can calculate that is 35 centimetre squared. Now I need to calculate the area of this part of the compound shape, but I don't know this edge and I don't know that edge, but I can easily work them out. I know that the whole length here is 8 centimetres, and I know that this bit here is 5. 5 add 3 is 8, so this must be 3 centimetres. Now looking, I need to find this edge here, which is the same as this edge here. I know that the whole of the shape is 7 centimetres, and I know that this part here is 4. So 4 add 3 is 7, so this too is 3 centimetres. Now I have the width and the length. I can calculate the area. 3 times 3 equals 9 centimetre squared. And all I need to do is combine the 2 areas. 35 add 9 equals 44 centimetre squared. So these aren't one-step problems. You do need several steps to solve each one. So now I'll work through the other 2 examples. This is slightly different because we've got a rectangle with another rectangle removed from it. So first of all, I would suggest you find the area of the whole rectangle. So that would be 7 times 13, which equals 91 metres squared. We then need to subtract the area of the cut-out section in the middle. So if it's 1 metre by 4 metres, that means it's 4 metres squared. So I would then do 91 subtract 4, which is 87 metres squared. Over to the T-shape on the right. Well, first of all, you need to work out where you're going to divide this into two rectangles, and I would probably choose across there. Next step, I'm going to have a look if there is a rectangle that I know the dimensions of, and it's this one at the top. I know it's 20 metres wide, 5 metres high. So down here I can do 20 times 5, which equals 100 metres squared. But I need to find out the area of this rectangle. I know it's 4 metres wide, but I don't know the length of the other edge. But I can work it out. What I do know is the whole of the T is 25, and this little bit here is 5, so therefore the rest of it must be 20, which I will write in. So in order to work out the area of this rectangle, I need to multiply 4 and 20, which gives me 80 metres squared. And finally, I need to add 100 to the 80, the 100 there to the 80 there, so the total area is 180 metres squared. Once again, these are multi-step problems. Now, what I'd like you to do is to head over to Google Classroom, where you will find some worksheets to help you practice the skills today. Spicy, hot and very hot, as per usual. Have a look at them, decide which one you want to start on. Once again, you might not be able to type onto the sheets because some of them are PDFs, so just type all your answers underneath or do it on a piece of paper and send me a photograph. Good luck.